I got to work on his senatorial campaign before he was even thought of as president. So then it was just we were electing this guy with big ears.
We're going to have a partner in the White House. We're not going to have an enemy.
He does not tailor his message or fine-tune his message.
I hope that many people in our community have a chance to get to know them the way we have.
Well, I've worked with Senator Obama over the years, long before I was in elected office, because he was a person who was deeply interested in hearing from the community what our needs were.
He's an old organizer, and I think once you're an organizer, you don't change, and organizers bring people to the table.
I don't think he sees us as gays or lesbians. First, I think he sees us as people with issues that government can address.
We've been friends with Michelle and Barack for over 10 years. Shortly after Barack came into the state Senate.
Always greeted us with a handshake and a hug. No problem with that whatsoever from years ago.
Barack's a big hugger. He's just very warm but he's also very smart. The only difference that Barack sees between Roger and me and him and Michelle is we're two guys, and he and Michelle are a man and a woman.
We had a very intimate lunch with him, and he spoke from his heart about how he wanted to represent the gay community, also wanted the support of the gay community.
And I said, I want to work for you. I want to get you elected to the Senate. I'm having a birthday party this weekend at Sidetrack on Halsted. I said, it's a gay bar. There'll be about 100 people from the community there. It's a fundraiser for homeless and gay youth, 20 bucks at the door, and you can meet some people in the community. And he showed up, and he spent a couple of hours talking to people, and they really felt good when he left because they got a sense of who he was.
I had the esteemed privilege of escorting his wife to the Lesbian Community Cancer Project's benefit. I said, the lesbians are going to go nuts over you. Sure enough, we did. And I think she had a lot of fun too. She didn't run out of the door like everybody typically does, and she really spent some time.
Here is a man who is willing to go out, the first presidential candidate I can remember, who's willing to go out and talk about our issues in the most public settings, in his most important speeches.
The hardest thing sometimes is to stand up among your people, your family, and say, this is what I truly believe. And Barack does that. And I think that is so significant. Barack and Michelle will say, hey, among my friends are gay people. Among my friends are trans people. That's going to be very significant to all of our work, I think, as we move forward.
We will no longer be having this pitting one group of people against the other, but finding a way for us all to move forward together.
There's a reason why I talk about gays and lesbians and transgendered people in my stump speeches. I'm somebody who I think is willing to talk about these issues even when it's hard. That's the kind of political courage that I hope all of you recognize is going to be necessary in order for us to create the kind of America that we all want.